I don't ever want to disrespect nobody mama because you disrespect my mama and you gonna meet Amarachi when she was 16. When I become a mother, my children can stay in the house until they're ready to move out. Just because you're 18, as my daddy says, 18 is just the age. That don't mean shit to him. My daddy literally told us, he was like, let me tell you something. When you turn 18, all that means is that you're 18. I'm not going to judge you for the family you come from because you can't choose that. I'm not going to judge you if your family may not look like or have the same dynamic as my family because everybody's family is not like that. But I will meet your family. I do need to know your family. I do need to know where you come from. Hey y'all, it's your girl Miss Amarachi. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that post notification button so you're notified every time I post a video. As y'all can see, we are here to review episode 9 of Love is Blind DC. So let's get into it. I know this video is coming late. I was supposed to post this video like 1 or 2 days ago, but I actually originally did shoot a reaction video to episode 9, but number one, I shot it at like 1 a.m. And number two, I didn't really like it. I didn't really like it because I was like kind of tired, or very tired. I shot it after a long work day and work event that I had to go to. And then number three, there was actually a different thing I wanted to talk about that I didn't talk about in the original video that I did. So I was like, let me just record it again because the new episode doesn't even come out until Wednesday and this is going to be dropped on Sunday. So yeah, let's get into episode 9. So this episode had a lot of stuff going on, but I think the theme that I want to talk about today that was hit on this episode is about family, specifically the family that you marry into or that, you know, your husband or wife is coming to meet. The reason why I want to talk about family is because we saw a lot of different family dynamics in this episode, and some of them were really, really terrible. Some of them were good, and some of them were just like, eh. And some of them we didn't see. And so I think it's really important because I think one of the single most important things that you need to pay attention to, and not necessarily judge like your potential spouse, but you do need to pay attention to, is the family that you're marrying into, right? The family that your spouse comes into. As we all know, right, you can't choose your biological family. You just can't. Like, you can't choose who has you. You can't choose the choices and the decisions that someone else or your family makes. You can't choose, you can't always choose, like, you know, how your family acts and stuff like that, or how close your family may be. It's not always your decision. And so I'm never going to, like, hold it against somebody if they're not as close to their family. Like, for example, anyone who knows me and my family are like this. When I tell you we're like this, okay? We have so much fun together, like, we love on one another. We, you know, we just been through so much together that we're always together. Me and my siblings are like this. Right now, I'm in my family home. Like, this is my bedroom in the house. You know what I'm saying? I moved back home for other reasons, which that's a whole separate situation. But I moved back home last year, and we'll be moving out soon. But like, it's because like I felt comfortable moving back home because my family dynamic is so easy and strong. So I would never judge anybody for not having the same family situation that I have. That being said, there are certain things though that I will be paying attention to when I'm deciding who I'm ultimately going to, you know, accept as my husband. And I want to touch on some of those things because some of those red flags were shown on this episode. First thing on the docket, Marissa's mama. Where do I start? I don't ever want to disrespect nobody mama because you disrespect my mama and you gonna meet Amarachi when she was 16. Amarachi when she was 16 was a crash out. I'm talking about, I don't care if it's your mama, your daddy, auntie, brother, sister, cousin. I'm crashing out if you disrespect mine. You talk about my mama, it's off with your head. You feel me? So I never want to disrespect nobody mama. However, some of y'all mamas deserve to be disrespected, and Marissa's mama is one of them. I should have known this lady was unhinged. Something was wrong with her when she opened her mouth and you saw that tongue ring, that tongue piercing. But what I mainly want to talk about is that lady was talking to Ramses so crazy, and it couldn't be me. It couldn't be me, and it won't be me. First of all, her mama talking about you gonna take advantage of my daughter. No, actually, let me start over. Her mama first started talking bad about Ramses when he said he didn't have a degree. Which, again, do I think that you should have a degree? As someone with 2, yes, I do. Because while degrees don't have as much weight now, we're not even going to sit here and lie and say that people who have a degree and who don't have a degree are on the same playing field, right? Yes, there are instances where there are people in very high success. There are successful people who don't have a college degree. Yes. But when you look at the vast majority, when you look at the group and not the small portion of people, when you look at the collective of people worldwide, notice how the people who have degrees are living and notice how the people who don't have degrees are living. We're just going to call a spade a spade. So yes, I do believe that getting a college education is very, very important. That being said, for Ramses to not have a college degree and still be successful, I think that that's admirable. And so instead of Marissa's mom being like, well, you trying to take my daughter's money, you need to get a prenup, maybe you should be like, why didn't you go to college? Oh, I didn't go to college because, I wasn't really focused and it wasn't something that I was really dedicated to. Okay. Do you plan on going back? Actually, yeah, I do plan on going back. I do plan on going back to get my degree, which is what Ramses said. He said, I do have aspirations to go back to school. Yes, getting your college degree when you're 18 and going off to college when you're 18 is easier because you do 18, you do your 4 to 6 year bid, and you can get about there with your degree. But some people, they need time to understand, and I actually think that's very smart because as someone who went to college and I use my college degree for other things, but I'm not a psychologist, right, or a therapist. I got my degree in psychology. So technically one could say, oh, you went to school and you didn't even use your degree. I use my degree in other ways, right? I have 2 degrees, a bachelor's and a master's that I use every day. But in terms of the actual field, I'm not in that field, right? And so I do think that it's very smart because if I was to go back to college now, the major that I picked when I was 17 would be completely different than the major that I would have picked now. And I think that that's very admirable for somebody to say, I'm not in the right mind space to go to college when I'm 17. Let me go back when I'm 21, 22, 26. My frontal lobe is a little more developed. I actually have seen the world. I understand kind of what I want to do. Because if I'm being honest, if I was to go back to school now and look for a degree, I would get a finance degree. That being said, Marissa, did your mama go to college? Did your mama get a degree? I just want to know. Because she doing all this barking. Did she get a degree? Oh, okay. Number 2, this prenup thing. Now, again, I'm somebody who, I'm really indifferent about a prenup. Truthfully, I don't care. If we get it, cool. If we don't, cool. Regardless, I'm going to be good. So I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? But the whole, you're going to sign a prenup, right? Because you're not going to take my daughter's money. Girl, this not the discussion that we need to be having. Can I marry your daughter? Do I have your blessing? How do you feel about our union? Why are you talking about things that are not your business? They're not your business. And it was further confirmed when Marissa came back to the table and she said, if I want to talk to him about a prenup, I'll do that. If I don't, I don't. That's my money. It's not your money. It's not your business. Then also her mom was calling her a bitch. Marissa, y'all got to know y'all parents. Y'all got to know y'all parents. Y'all got to know which parents are going to go up there and act a fool. And you got to learn how to protect y'all parents. Let me say something. For me, I know that my parents will act like they have sense because they know this is going to be on TV. And they have sense. But I don't even know that I would even have my parents on the show because I just know, again, how I play with my family, I don't play. So you're not finna be talking, I don't care if my sister looked you up and down. I don't even want to hear you talking crazy about it, right? So I'm going to keep my family off of it. But Marissa, you know your mama crazy. So why would you let her be on a show where she gonna be talking out the side of her neck, talking about every man that's ever come into her life, her daddy, her stepdaddy has failed her, and then this is you gonna be another one to fail her. Then in the same breath she's talking about marriage. Oh, do I have your blessing? I mean, I don't believe that it's gonna last for more than 15 years anyway. I don't think marriage is forever anyway. So, you know, y'all could do like y'all little 5, 10, 15 years, and then she can just go be single again. Huh? Do you want your daughters to be happy? You want your kids to be happy? If that was my mama, God forbid, thank Jesus I got the mama that I do. Baby, you're not going to be nowhere near my family because, I mean, you're not going to be nowhere near my fiance, husband, potentials because you going to scare them away every time, right? Quick anecdote. My mama, she can't stay at her family for real. Like, besides my grandma and her brother and like maybe a few other people, my mama couldn't stay at her family. And when my daddy went to go marry her, my mama told him, please, your family is good. Like, you got a good family. My family ain't shit. Please don't come over here. He like, I don't care because I'm taking you from them anyway. Your last name no longer gonna be this. It's gonna be this. So come on. And even when my mama family was trying to sabotage the wedding, sabotage everything, my daddy still was like, I don't care what y'all talking about. This my wife. So whatever y'all got going on, that don't got nothing to do with me or her because she now belongs to me. Here go y'all dowry. She coming to our family, right? But my mama knew the type of family that she came from, so she tried to shield my dad as best as possible. But my daddy was not, he didn't care. He was like, you my wife, so I don't care what they talking about. I think that Marissa should have done that with Ramses. If anything, because we didn't even hear the siblings talk for real. Marissa should have just let Ramses meet her friends, her siblings, and left her mama at the house, bruh. Leave your mama at the house because that's how families be sabotaging shit. Like, your mama just potentially sabotaged the whole shit because Ramses is laughing and giggling with that shit. But me, if your mama is talking to me crazy, if your daddy talking to me crazy, if your siblings talking to me crazy, bye. I'm not dealing with that shit. Especially, and again, I think it may be different. Like, I'm not even looking at Marissa and Ramses as like a reference because Marissa just seems to be against everything that is like what's seen as normal. But as a cultural girl, as a girl who's, my family's from Nigeria and I take like family very seriously, I'm marrying into your family. I'm coming over to your family. I am, yes, me and my family are still going to be close, but technically, I'm not really going to be with my family like that. I'm going to be with your family because I'm the woman. I'm coming over to you. I'm taking your name. I'm becoming part of your family. And so if your family ain't shit, if your family is trifling, your family is talking to me crazy, I'm not going over there. I'm going to stay my ass over here. Because I know, one, I'm going to cuss your mama out. Two, my daddy not going for none of that shit. He not giving me up to no family that's finna be causing me all types of mental and emotional trauma. And three, I'ma wanna fight your mama. So I'ma just stay over here. Marissa, I don't know. You need to take your mama and get her. She need to be prayed over. She need to be prayed over because that was a lot. Number 2, Tyler mama and sister not meeting Ashley. Now, we've heard Monica say her parents don't want to be on TV. We've heard, but they want to meet Steven and they will walk, and her daddy would walk her down the aisle. That was before they broke up. Cool. We heard, what's that girl name? Taylor, I think her name is, the one with Garrett. We heard Taylor say her parents don't want to be on TV, but Garrett is going to fly down to San Francisco or wherever the heck they are to meet the parents. Cool, we heard all of that. We ain't hear much about Tim. So this is actually about Tim and it's about Tyler. Let's put them all together. We seen everybody else, mama and siblings, and heard about the ones we didn't see. Where your parents at? Where y'all parents at? Tim, why Alex ain't meet your parents? Why Alex didn't meet your parents? Tyler, why Alex didn't meet your mama and your sister? Because you was hiding them babies? And they couldn't lie to her face? Is that why? Is it because there's pictures of you with your kids in the house? And you ain't want her to see that? What? Tyler and Tim. Tyler and Tim. Why them girls ain't meet your parents? Huh? Y'all hiding something? Because it seemed like y'all hiding something. I don't like that for my sisters. I don't. I don't care whether it's on camera or off. I need to meet your parents before I accept your hand. Or I give you my hand. Or I accept will you marry me? I need to meet your parents. I need to see where you come from. That's a non-negotiable for me. Once again, as I said earlier, I'm not going to judge you for the family you come from because you can't choose that. I'm not going to judge you if your family may not look like or have the same dynamic as my family because everybody's family is not like that. But I will meet your family. I do need to know your family. I do need to know where you come from. I do. I have to. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's the mama and the daddy. I don't care if it's the mama. I don't care if it's the siblings. I must meet at least one parent. And if you got siblings, at least one sibling. Must. It's a must. Before we get married, I have to. I have to. And again, I don't know if we're missing something. I don't know if something was left out. But I just don't like the fact that Tyler and Tim we didn't meet their families, and we didn't hear nothing about their families and why we didn't meet them. Why the girls didn't meet them. I don't like that. I don't like that. Mama, this is the woman that I want to marry. Daddy, this is the woman I want to marry. It's not just I'm coming to... Because another thing, like, as a woman, like, who is going to be married one day and has a husband, I want to be accepted by your family, too. I want you to show me off to your family, too. So as much as I'm going to be bringing you to my family, like, Daddy, this my man, my man, my man. Mommy, this my man, my man, my man. Sister, brother, this my man, my man, my man. I want you to be like, yeah, that's my girl. That's my woman. That's my wife. Here she go. She coming over here. She finna be a insert last name here. You feel me? But, yeah, so I didn't like that. I didn't like that. And the last thing I'm going to say is, Hannah family is hilarious. Hannah family dynamic is so interesting because I always like to see people's parents because it helps me understand the children. Because 9 times out of 10, you act like one of your parents, if not both, right? Like, for example, me and the youngest twin of my sisters acts like my daddy. My older brother and the oldest twin act like my mama. Everybody sees it, everybody says it, everybody knows it. In terms of who we look like, it's a mosh podge of everybody. But in terms of how we act and who we act like, it's very clear who acts like who and what. Right? Okay. Hannah, though, I don't know who she acts like because her parents seem to act completely different. Her parents and her siblings. It's like she came out of nowhere. Like, it's like she was just dropped off at their house. Because when we see the sit down, right, first of all, her parents didn't really ask Nick nothing, which makes me feel like they ready to kick her out. And they kind of was like, take her, please take her, right? That's number one. Number two, Hannah like, oh, Nick doesn't do this, da, da, da. Her mama like, Nick actually seems very chill. You seem like the one with the issue. And her dad like, yeah, you seem a little crazy. The little brother just sitting in the corner just chilling. And then juxtaposing that with like, or like comparing that to like the dinner that Hannah and Nick hosted, when Hannah and Nick hosted Hannah's brother, and the brother is like validating Nick's emotions and feelings, like, yeah, she a bitch, like, sometimes, like, I don't know, like, that's my sister, I love her, but she just be like, I don't know, like, I don't like her, like, she be doing that wild shit. To see him validate Nick, and then to see the parents be like, please, go away, it's like, Hannah, you must be terrorizing your family, like, you must be terrorizing your family. Like, not the mama kicking you out and the brother saying, please take her, please, please, please. I don't know, that was like red flags to me. Like, that was kind of red flags. Like, Nick, maybe you need to think twice, because she was also talking crazy to your mama, talking about, yeah, he don't do nothing. He don't know how to do X, Y, Z, elemental P. The mama like, yeah, because that's my son, and I'm going to make sure he don't got to pay for nothing. And what? No, he don't do no laundry in my house. That's my son. I'm gonna make sure I do his laundry. Now, do I agree with that? No, because you're a grown-ass man. I don't care if you live with your parents. I'm 26. I live with my parents. No shame at all. My brother 30. I'm 26? No, I'm 27. I'm 27, live with my parents. My brother 31. Yeah, because I'm going to be 28 this year. He 3 years older than me. My brother, 31, he live in the basement. No shame. Why? Because my parents said, we would rather you live here than live in the streets. Amen? Amen. Bills, I don't pay them. My brother pay bills because he a boy. Is that gender roles? It is. I don't care. But, yeah, I live in a house rent-free. I don't pay my car note. I just started paying my own insurance. I don't pay my phone bill. I don't pay no water bill, no electricity, no light, no nothing. And I'm very grateful, and I'm very fortunate, and I'm very blessed to be in the situation that I'm in, because my parents is very clear. What's the point of you paying bills in a house that is our house and that you're not doing nothing? Like, so I'm very fortunate that I'm in a situation, in the scenario that I'm in. And I know that many people don't have that situation, i.e. Hannah, whose parents apparently kicked her out when she was 18. Now I can see they was like, girl, get out of our house because you doing too much, right? But I don't think that, like, it's fair. And yes, do I think that Nick needs to, like, learn how to do some stuff for his own? Absolutely. I think that as you grow up, like, even me, like, I'm, like, you know, ready to move out, and we'll be moving out soon, thank Jesus, because I'm also at a point where I'm like, yes, I can stay here until whatever. My mama said, you can stay here until you 30. I don't care. I appreciate that, mommy, but I also am ready to be a grown woman. Do that mean that my mama gonna stop paying my phone bill? No. They gonna still pay that phone bill and that car note, because I be seeing the bill and it's a little more than I want to pay. But I don't think that, like, taking digs at Nick is the right thing to do. Like, he's very fortunate that his parents have given him a life where he doesn't have to worry about a lot. He has to, and yes, he should be stacking his money, baby. One thing about me, I've been stacking that bread. That's why I'm moving out. But again, I don't think that, like, it's his fault that he has a family that allowed him to stay in the house and not pay no bills. And I don't know, y'all, like, let me know if, like, I'm tripping, but I actually think that that's admirable. When I become a mother, my children can stay in the house until they're ready to move out. Just because you're 18, as my daddy says, 18 is just the age. That don't mean shit to him. My daddy literally told us, he was like, let me tell you something. When you turn 18, all that means is that you're 18. Because I think one day my sister had asked, like, you know, when we turn 18, you going to kick us out? My dad said, what? He said, let me tell you something. When you turn 18, all that means is that you turned 18. I will never kick you out of the house. If we all have to sleep in the same bed, we will do that. If we have to all do Instacart to pitch in $20 to pay the light bills, we will do that. But kicking you out the house at 18 just because you're an adult now? My daddy said, my mama and daddy said, we will never do that. If you want to come back here at 39 with your kids, we'll figure it out. And that's a blessing. So I don't think that anybody should talk negatively about anyone who lives with their parents. Again, this economy, y'all, is treacherous. I already know where I'm moving to. Like, so I'm good on that, but when I lived in LA and where I'm moving, I will never pay as much as I paid in LA. I don't think I'll ever live anywhere and pay as much as I did in LA unless I move into DC. But when I was living in LA, the fact that I was able to survive for the 6 months that I lived before I moved back, between getting laid off and moving home, the 6 months that I lived in LA with no job, the fact that I was able to survive and pay $2,000 in rent alone is God's grace. So thinking about that, thinking about this economy, the recession that we're currently in, I could never, ever talk crazy about somebody moving home, living with their parents. Baby, actually, I'm coming for you because you're smart. You're a smart person. So, yeah, I don't know. I didn't really agree with Hannah, like, doing too much, but we'll see. We will see. Again, a lot went down this episode. Tyler finally told Ashley about the kids. Hey, why is Ashley looking sad, though? Hey, what's it be this? But he lied, so we'll see where that goes. I don't think he ever tells her the real truth that he actually is in the life of the kids. We saw, as I predicted, what's that boy's name? Steven is a sex addict. Monica finally kicked him to the curb. I don't know if that was the last episode or 9, but that's just a recap. Monica finally kicked him out, and she got that Venmo payment for holding up her end of the bargain. Ramses don't want to have sex without a condom, or with a condom, and Marissa's body does not want to have birth control inside of it. So yeah, maybe the mama was right about getting a prenup, because there's something wrong with that man. And Taylor and Garrett are living their best life. I love it for them. I really do. They the only ones I'm rooting for. Tim and Alex, I don't know. I still feel like Tim full of shit, but the letter to the daddy was cute, I guess. And yeah, we'll see what happens in the next few episodes. But drop down in the comments. Let me know what y'all are thinking. Like I said in the beginning, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that post notification button. And tune in next time, which will probably be Thursday, for episode 10's review. As always, stay blessed, poet, and beautiful. Mwah.